Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share with you an extraordinary story, one that will inspire you, challenge the way you think, and leave you truly amazed. Before we begin, let me ask you something important. Have you ever heard of a person whose ideas were so far ahead of their time that the world simply wasn't ready to understand them? Imagine someone whose mind operated decades into the future, someone whose thoughts alone had the power to reshape civilization. If this man were alive today, there is no doubt he would once again transform how we live, communicate, and use energy. His ideas were revolutionary, his vision unmatched, and yet during his lifetime, many people failed to recognize his brilliance. Still, he never stopped believing in his dreams. Today, we explore the life of a true genius, Nikola Tesla. As you listen, you will not only discover his incredible journey, but also improve your English, learn powerful vocabulary, and absorb lessons that can change the way you think about success, failure, and imagination. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in a small village called Smiljan, located in what is now modern-day Croatia. His family lived a modest and simple life, surrounded by nature, tradition, and hard work. Tesla's father, Milutin Tesla, was a priest in the Serbian Orthodox Church, a man known for his discipline, intelligence, and strong beliefs. His mother, Nikola Tesla, was officially a housewife, but in reality she was far more than that. Although she never received formal education, Tesla's mother possessed a remarkable natural intelligence. She had an extraordinary talent for inventing small household tools that made daily life easier. She could design, build, and repair objects using nothing but her imagination and hands. Tesla later credited her as the true source of his creativity, often saying that his ability to visualize inventions came directly from her influence. She taught him to think independently, solve problems creatively, and never fear unconventional ideas. From an early age, Nikola Tesla showed an intense curiosity about the world around him. He was fascinated by nature, science, and the hidden forces that governed reality. While other children played simple games, Tesla spent hours observing animals, plants, water, and mechanical motion. When he was only 5 years old, he attempted to build a water wheel using sticks and wooden parts, hoping it would generate energy. The experiment failed, but Tesla learned something crucial. Failure was not the end, but part of the process. Tesla's imagination was vivid and powerful, almost unreal. One evening, while sitting near a fire with his cat, he noticed tiny sparks jumping from the cat's fur as he stroked it. This strange phenomenon deeply impressed him. At the time, he didn't understand electricity, but that moment marked his first encounter with the mysterious force that would later define his life's work. Tesla had an older brother named Dane, who was considered exceptionally talented and intelligent. Dane was the pride of the family, and everyone believed he would grow into a great man. Tragically, when Nicola was only 7 years old, his brother died in a terrible horse-riding accident. This devastating event left a deep emotional scar on young Tesla. He became quieter, more introverted, and spent long periods alone. Books, thoughts, and experiments became his refuge. In school, Tesla excelled beyond expectations. He possessed an almost photographic memory, allowing him to memorize entire books and solve complex mathematical problems in his head. Teachers were astonished by his abilities. However, his intense dedication had consequences. He pushed himself so hard that he often became physically ill. Despite this, Tesla remained unstoppable. During high school, Tesla developed a deep fascination with electricity. He didn't simply want to understand it. He wanted to control it, shape it, and use it to power the world. While other students focused on passing exams, Tesla imagined cities glowing with electric light, powered by unseen currents flowing through the air. One day, Tesla saw an image of Niagara Falls in a book. As he stared at it, an idea formed in his mind. He imagined harnessing the immense power of the falling water to generate electricity for entire cities. When he shared this idea with his teacher, people laughed. They called it impossible. But Tesla believed otherwise. He calmly said, "One day I will harness the power of Niagara Falls and light up cities." That moment revealed something powerful. Tesla had vision, and he trusted it completely. Tesla later attended the Austrian Polytechnic School in Graz. There he worked with extreme intensity, often studying up to 20 hours a day. Sleep became optional. Food became secondary. His mind was fully consumed by invention and perfection. One day, a professor demonstrated a direct current, DC motor, and declared it the best possible design. Tesla boldly disagreed, claiming he could build a better motor. The professor laughed, but that moment planted a seed that would grow into a revolutionary idea. However, Tesla's university years were far from easy. His health deteriorated due to exhaustion. Financial difficulties followed as his family struggled to support him. At one point, Tesla suffered a nervous breakdown. Yet even during his darkest moments, he refused to abandon his dream. He believed that his purpose was greater than his suffering. One evening, while walking in a park, Tesla experienced a sudden and vivid vision. He saw the design of a motor entirely within his mind, a machine that required no brushes or wires. This vision marked the birth of the alternating current, AC motor, one of the most important inventions in human history. This moment would change everything. In the year 1884, Nikola Tesla made one of the boldest decisions of his life. At just 28 years old, he left Europe behind and sailed across the Atlantic Ocean to America. He arrived with almost no money, no powerful connections, and only a basic understanding of the English language. Yet what he carried with him was far more valuable than wealth, ideas capable of changing the future of the world. When Tesla arrived in New York City, he possessed only a letter of recommendation written by a former colleague. That letter was addressed to one of the most famous inventors of the time, Thomas Edison. The letter contained a powerful sentence. "I know two great men. One is you, and the other is this young man." Those words opened the door to Tesla's next chapter. Tesla soon met Edison and presented his ideas for improving Edison's direct current, or DC, electrical system. Edison was impressed by Tesla's intelligence and work ethic, but he remained skeptical about Tesla's unconventional thinking. Still, Edison gave him a challenge. He promised Tesla a reward of $50,000 if he could successfully redesign and improve his motors and generators. Tesla accepted the challenge without hesitation. He worked relentlessly day and night, redesigning machines, solving complex problems, and pushing himself to exhaustion. After months of intense labor, Tesla succeeded. The system worked better than ever. However, when Tesla asked for the promised payment, Edison laughed and dismissed it as a joke, calling it American humor. Tesla was deeply hurt. He had been deceived and betrayed. Yet instead of giving up, this moment strengthened his resolve. Tesla believed with absolute certainty that Edison's DC system was flawed. It could not transmit electricity over long distances efficiently. Tesla knew the future belonged to alternating current, AC. Unlike DC, alternating current could travel vast distances, power entire cities, and do so more efficiently and safely. but revolutionary ideas are rarely welcomed easily. Tesla struggled to find financial support. For months, he lived in poverty, surviving by doing physical labor such as digging ditches for $2 a day. Despite the hardship, his belief in AC never faded. In 1888, Tesla's fortune finally changed. He met George Westinghouse, a wealthy businessman and inventor who immediately recognized the brilliance of Tesla's AC system. Westinghouse believed in Tesla's vision and offered him a contract to develop the technology. Tesla received $60,000 in cash along with royalties from future profits. This partnership ignited what became known as the War of Currents. Edison, threatened by the rise of AC, launched a public campaign to convince people that alternating current was dangerous. He even conducted public demonstrations where animals were electrocuted to spread fear and distrust. Tesla responded not with fear but with confidence. In public demonstrations, he allowed alternating current to pass through his own body, lighting lamps without harm. The audience watched in disbelief. Slowly but surely, public opinion began to shift. People started to understand that AC was not only safe, it was superior. In 1893, Tesla achieved one of his greatest victories. Alongside Westinghouse, he won the contract to power the World's Fair in Chicago. Millions of visitors witnessed the brilliance of alternating current lighting the entire exhibition. This moment cemented Tesla's place in history and marked a turning point in the global adoption of AC power. Yet Tesla's dream stretched even further back, to his childhood vision of harnessing Niagara Falls. In 1895, that dream became reality. Tesla helped design and build the world's first hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls. When the switch was turned on, electricity flowed all the way to Buffalo, New York. At that moment, Tesla had proven something extraordinary. Imagination, persistence, and belief could turn impossible dreams into reality. He was no longer just an inventor. He was a force that reshaped human civilization. Nikola Tesla was not only an inventor, he was a visionary who believed that the universe itself was governed by hidden laws, patterns, and energies. While many people saw machines and wires, Tesla saw frequencies, vibrations, and numbers. His mind operated far beyond the limits of conventional thinking, and this is what made him both extraordinary and misunderstood. Among Tesla's most fascinating ideas was his deep obsession with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. He believed these numbers held the key to understanding the structure of the universe. Tesla once famously said, "If you only knew the magnificence of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you would have the key to the universe." This statement puzzled scientists and continues to intrigue people even today. Tesla observed patterns everywhere, in mathematics, nature, energy, and motion. He noticed that many natural systems followed repeating numerical cycles, yet the numbers 3, 6, and 9 seemed to exist outside ordinary mathematical sequences. In doubling patterns such as 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32, when reduced to single digits, the cycle repeats without ever touching 3, 6, or 9. Tesla believed these numbers existed on a higher energetic plane, beyond physical reality. He also studied circles and geometry. A circle contains 360 degrees, and when those numbers are added together, 3 plus 6 plus 0, the result is 9. No matter how a circle is divided, the numerical sum often returns to 3, 6, or 9. Tesla believed this was evidence that these numbers represented creation, balance, and enlightenment. For Tesla, these were not just theories. He believed the universe itself functioned on frequencies and vibrations. His famous quote captures this belief perfectly. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. To Tesla, numbers were the language of reality. In modern times, many people have adapted Tesla's ideas into what is now known as the 369 principle. Some use it as a manifestation technique, writing their goals 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. While science may not fully explain this practice, Tesla's belief in focused intention continues to inspire millions around the world. Despite his groundbreaking ideas, Tesla lived a deeply unconventional personal life. He never married and openly stated that romantic relationships would distract him from his work. Tesla admired women and considered them intelligent and powerful, yet he believed his mind functioned best in solitude. Once he remarked, "I do not think you can name many great inventions made by married men." For Tesla, science was his true love. Though he avoided close relationships with people, Tesla found companionship in animals, especially pigeons. In his later years, he fed pigeons daily in New York City parks. One white pigeon in particular held a special place in his heart. Tesla spoke of her with deep emotion, saying he loved her as a man loves a woman. When the pigeon became ill, Tesla stayed awake through the night caring for her. When she died, he felt that a vital part of his life had ended. This moment revealed Tesla's emotional depth, often hidden behind his logical brilliance. Financially, Tesla's generosity became one of his greatest tragedies. He gave up the rights to many of his patents, especially to support George Westinghouse during financial difficulties. This decision cost Tesla millions of dollars. While others became wealthy from his inventions, Tesla lived modestly, often struggling to afford basic necessities. In his final years, Tesla lived alone in a small hotel room in New York City. His days were quiet. He spent time writing letters, feeding pigeons, and thinking about inventions that the world was not yet ready to build. He dreamed of wireless electricity, renewable energy, and flying machines, ideas far ahead of his time. Without funding, many of these visions remained unfinished. On January 7, 1943, at the age of 86, Nikola Tesla passed away alone in his hotel room. He died with little money and limited recognition. Yet history would soon correct that injustice. After his death, scientists, engineers, and innovators began to rediscover Tesla's work. His contributions laid the foundation for modern electrical systems, wireless communication, radio technology, robotics, and renewable energy. The unit used to measure magnetic fields, the Tesla, was named in his honor. Even the modern electric car company Tesla carries his name as a tribute to his vision of clean, sustainable energy. Nikola Tesla's life teaches powerful lessons. First, follow your passion, even if the world does not understand you. Second, overcome challenges because hardship often shapes greatness. Third, think beyond limits because the future belongs to those who dare to imagine it. Tesla's success was not measured by wealth or fame, but by impact. He gave humanity electricity, technology, and a vision of a better future. His story reminds us that even when you face rejection, loneliness, and failure, believing in your ideas can change the world. If you ever feel like giving up, remember Nikola Tesla. He believed in his dreams when no one else did. And because of that, the world is brighter today.